Global's true crime docuseries Crime Beat set to mark a major milestone this week with its 100th episode. And for more on that, we are joined by the host of the program, Antony Robart. Antony, good to see you. Good morning. And Crime Beat, it has been on the air now for 5 seasons. As I mentioned, 100 episodes. What do you think it is, aside from you, that makes the show so successful and unique?
Well, good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, 100 episodes, 5 seasons, it's kind of hard to believe, especially to see where we started and how we started and see it evolve into what it is now. And it's a real, one thing that I don't take lightly is the commitment. And I know our small and mighty team, they work so incredibly hard week in, week out to make sure this is done right and responsibly and with the sensitivity that these stories deserve and these victims and the stories that they deserve. And to give voice in many ways, guys, to those who aren't able to give it, the family members we speak to, the loved ones, for them to continue on the legacy of the people that they lost. And that's so incredibly important. Also, we take you on that journey, right? That investigative journey that I think so many people, including myself, are fascinated with. We speak to the detectives and the forensic people who were involved in it. They were there. In some cases, they don't ever forget these cases. They live with them. And to get their perspective, I think, is incredibly interesting. And I mentioned the team. One of the things that makes the show special is the roster of reporters that we have across the country who have contributed to these stories. And, these are stories that they have covered for years. They were, in most cases, the original reporter on the story. So their perspective is invaluable. And one of the things, this show wouldn't be what it is without Crime Beat, the podcast. So I think Nancy Hicks deserves a lot of credit. She contributes a lot of stories for our show. And, it's a testimony that our success is a testament to her, but of course, our entire team across the country.
For sure, for sure. All right, give us a little sneak peek of what we can expect from this 100th episode tomorrow.
This one's going to be a big one. So this is a 2-part special. Part 1 runs tomorrow. And it focuses on a case more than 50 years ago from 1973, focusing on the story of Christine Demeter and Peter Demeter. Now, Christine was murdered and in a gruesome fashion. It was a horrific case, but it grabbed international headlines because of the people involved. She was originally from Austria. He was, Peter Demeter, originally from Hungary. Now, despite having an airtight alibi, ultimately, police focused their investigation on him. It led to him being arrested. It also led to one of the longest trials in Canadian history. It was the longest for quite some time. And the cast of characters involved, so bizarre. And we'll take you on that journey as well and give you a sense of who they were, because you almost think this is almost too much for a Hollywood script. Well, guess what? They actually made a movie about this. They wrote a number of books, including one book written by Barbara Emile. We speak to her to get her perspective. So it's a fascinating story. So part 1 airs tomorrow night. Part 2 next week.
All right. Yes, tomorrow night, right here on Global, the milestone 100th episode of Crime Beat. You can catch it on Global and Stack TV. Antony, congratulations on the milestone, and good to see you this morning. Thanks for this.
Thank you so much. You too.